All right, YouTube, it is Mr. Mean coming at you this fine Thursday evening. Yes, the beard is gone, baby face, double chin. Mr. Mean is here. It's getting on into our summer months. I think the snow is gone. There's nothing on the ground. I shaved the beard. I look like I'm 12, a very mean 12, but 12, and my hair is all over the place. I apologize. This one is straight out for Mr. Mumfrey999 on the Discords. He wanted a review of Pathfinder, Book of the Dead. I'm going to start off right now. If you're a fan of Pathfinder 2nd Edition, if you're a fan of necromancy, if you're a fan of Serenray or Pharasma, then wholeheartedly this book is a buy. It is a must-have. This is so chock full of good stuff for the player and the GM that you're going to definitely get your money's worth. I do believe it is overpriced. It is $49.99. Now, full disclosure, I am on the Pathfinder subscription, so I get the PDF as well as the hardback book. I get the PDF for free. If you're going to buy the PDF is always half the price. I believe it's just below half the price. So I think the PDF is $20. Don't quote me. Go online and look, because like I said, I don't buy the PDF, so I don't know how much it is. I believe it's $20 though, so not it's $50. So the half would be $25, but I think they give you a $5. I think. Don't quote me, but for your hardback book, for your hard-earned $50 plus tax, you get 222 pages, the last page being the OGL, and then you get a front and back page of art. One for the Secrets of Magic, which again, awesome book, and then Guns and Gears, which is also, I'm just going to say this right out. I'm a fan of Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I have liked every book they've put out. There's not one book that I've been like, meh. You know, I've liked them all. Well, actually, no, that's not true. The Legendary Beast book and I think it's the Heroes. Lost Omen Legends is a monster book, and it's only legendary monsters. I'm not a fan of that one. I think that's kind of a useless book. It's just, if you want to buy it for the fluff and read up on it and everything, then that's cool. Go for it. It's totally worth it. I will say the PDF is, like, here it's on my iPad, my little iPad mini. It's awesome. I believe, let me double check. I thought it was indexed, but I guess it's not. I'm clicking on the table of contents pages, and I'm not getting anywhere. I don't know if you can see that with the glare. But, yeah, it's it's exactly the same as the book. It is phenomenal. You can flip through it, and it's really good. So it works on the iPad with no issues that I can see anyway. So, like I said, it looks really good. I highly recommend the iPad mini if you don't have one and you need a relatively cheap iPad. It's probably the best way to go. It's with the new M1 processor. But anyway, Pathfinder Book of the Dead. This is chock full from cover to cover of really good, awesome stuff. Of course, the art is fantastic. And then, as usual, there's a page where they reference the other books that you may need while looking at this book. And, a lot of people would grump and groan and say, well, why can't you just put all the information in one book? Well, as you can see, you can't really see it on my shelf, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There are 17, 18 books right now for Pathfinder. So if they were to put the information and reprint it and put it into this book, all the books would be 400 pages plus. So yeah, not worth it. Buy the books, support the game company. I see tons of comments of, WotC's putting out another book, or Pathfinder, Paizo's putting out another book. What I think people fail to forget is this is a business. It's a company. Okay. It takes them months to produce one of these, sometimes years. And it takes you a matter of days, maybe weeks, to read it and consume all the content. Okay, so they're producing these books, and they're trying to get paid. I'm like, oh, that's a 5 o'clock shadow there, and Mr. Mean needs a shave. So don't forget that, while it takes you mere days or hours to consume the content, it takes them months to create the content. So it's not as easy. And of course they've got staff writers and artists and everything. These people have to get paid. They have mortgages. They have, it's a business. So they make money by selling books. So buy the book is basically what it boils down to. But we have got 5 chapters. Chapter 1 is Prayers for the Living. Chapter 2 is Hymns for the Dead. I think you get the theme here. Chapter 3 is The Grim Crypt. Chapter 4 is Lands of the Dead. And chapter 5 is March of the Dead. March of the Dead is an adventure. So it's pretty cool. If you're a GM and you buy this, you're going to have a full-fledged adventure supporting this book. So right there, you've got bang for your buck. You're getting an adventure that uses this book and the contents therein. So that's a win-win in my book. It's really well done. Sorry, I heard a car door, so I'm nosy. Prayer for the Living is just a whole bunch of information and talks about backgrounds, a Slayer's catalog. So there's equipment in here, stuff to buy to combat the undead. There's a couple of archetypes. There's there's 4 archetypes. Hymns for the Dead has all the rules for necromancy, undead allies, master archetype, deities of undeath, playing undead. That's right, you can play an undead character. Ghoul archetype. There's all kinds of information in here. So this is fantabulous. Chapter 3 is the Grim Crypt, and this is a whole bunch of information in here. Just specific information on like monsters and adversaries that your players can face. Lands of the Dead is literally that. It's talking about all of the areas in the book that the players will have sex. So Assyrian, Shimon, Ustalav, Ordelia, Mazali, the Gravelands, and Geb, and a couple of other places. Martin in chapter 5 is the adventure. And then, of course, there's a full glossary and appendix. Ability glossary, creatures by level, which is handy if you're trying to make your own adventures, and then a glossary and an index. So the art is fantastic. I mean, you're not going to, it's a beautiful book. It's laid out really well. It follows the standard Pathfinder format where, you have all the chapters here and then they're highlighted for the chapter you're in. So it's easy to flip through and find what you want. It's all on the end. So, you want to go to the Grim Crypt. It's right there. Boom. It's highlighted. So fantastic art in here. The bestiary that's in here it's full of amazing art. There's templates for making anything a vampire or a ghoul, or undead. There's all the archetypes for player characters that you would want, all the ancestries and backgrounds that are relevant to playing an undead or undead type character. I am playing in our current Pathfinder that my friend Dom is running. I am playing a ratkin who is starting out as a rogue, but is going to start being haunted by the dead. In fact, I took Eyes of the Dead, I believe it's called. I can't remember the exact background or feat. It's one of the two. I can't remember. But what it does is I see undead, and they talk to me, and they can see me. And so what that's going to do is that's the preface for my story, for my background, to go into a sorcerer, and I'm going to be an undead. I'm going to be a necromancer, but the good kind, because they got some cool spells in here. And it's just really neat. So I'm very much looking forward. So, Mumphrey, I hope that answers your questions. In my opinion, this is a buy. If you're playing Pathfinder or you have a seated interest in the undead or the likes of therein, this is a must-have for you. It's a very good read. There's a lot of good history. It looks at the religion, the positive gods and the negative gods, and how their view on necromancy is, especially Pharasma. She's the goddess of the god of death and life, and then Serenray, which is the goddess of healing, so and life, I think. So it's all in here. It is totally worth it. I recommend you pick it up. Support your local game store. If you don't have a decent game store, like I don't, order it straight from Paizo. because if you buy it, if you're part of the subscription program, that's the caveat. You have to be on the subscription. You can't just go on Paizo and buy this and get the PDF as well. They won't give it to you. You have to be a subscription member, which means they take your credit card, and then every so many months when they come out with a new book, they automatically ship it to you. And before you even get the book, you'll get an email that says, here's your link to your PDF will be in your downloads on the Paizo account. And so you can use it. So I got the PDF about a week before I got the book. That's on average with all of them. And to be honest, I've been very happy that I've been on this subscription program, because while I love the physical books, I'm now playing Pathfinder at somebody else's house. I don't want to lug all of these books with me. I may take the core rule book, and like when I start playing my sorcerer, I may take Secrets of Magic and this with me, and that's it. Excuse me, I get the hiccups. I apologize. But best case scenario, I don't have to, because I have the PDFs. I'm sorry, man. If you're not on the subscription program, though, you're not going to get the PDF unless you add it to your cart and check out with it separately. Oh, man. I'm sorry, guys. I got attacked by hiccups. I'm going to cut this video short because I keep hiccuping. I hope everyone's doing well. As always, peace, love, and hair grease. Please subscribe if you're not. It takes but a second to click on that video. Click on that like button and then click on that subscribe button. You'll be notified when I post new videos. I try to post weekly. Sometimes you get 2 videos in a week. Sometimes you get 1 every 2 weeks. But I'm fairly consistent. Over 400 videos in the archive. So please go check them out. There's bound to be something there that you like. If you've got a friend that's a gamer or interested in gaming, turn them on to this. I have a very active Discord. You can come in there and talk about games and stuff like that. I have a Patreon. It's $5 a month. I keep it at $5. And that gets you into drawings. It gets you into games that I run. Right now, tonight, we have Grim Dawn, where me and some of the meanies are going to create a server. And every Thursday night around 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we get together and we play Grim Dawn. And when we're finished with Grim Dawn, I think we're going to Path of Exile, because it's a multiplayer game. And I get to play with all the meanies. And we just talk and, we have a good time. And we play the game. We're trying to complete the game. So we're having a lot of fun with that. So that's a cool thing. And a lot of times I do online games using Foundry or Discord or both. And Patreon subscribers get first dibs on those. If I have room for extra players, it goes to the Patreons first. And then if anything's left over, I'll announce in the Discord that I have room for 1 or 2 more or whatever. But yeah, it's and I just send stickers out to everybody. And then every so often, when I get a little bit of extra swag or things from other people, I send it out to you guys. I believe, let me check here who it was. Alan on the Discords, who's also, I believe, a Patreon. He got, I know Mumfrey's a Patreon member. I think Alan is too. I'm not sure. He's not online right now. I think he's on vacation. Let's see, I'm looking. Big Al, yes, Big Al is a Patreon. So I made a post that Helmgast Games out of Sweden, I believe it is, sent me for free for review purposes the Cult RPG, Divinity Lost. And it's not a game that I'm necessarily interested in or I'm going to run anytime soon. And so I just put up a message in the Discord, hey, whoever wants it, I got permission from Helmgast to give it away, because they're like, well, if you're not going to use it, please, give it to somebody that will. So I made a post on my Discord that night, which is just, I think it was over the weekend. I think it was Saturday night. I made a post and said, hey, whoever wants Helmgast, whoever wants Cult, all you got to do is pay the shipping, and I'll mail it to you. And so Big Al, who's one of my Patreons, he's a loyal follower of Mr. Mean, he messaged me and said, hey, I'm really interested in it. Can you send it to me? And I said, sure, I'll get a quote, and then you can send me the money, and then I'll mail it out as soon as I get the money. So no harm, no foul. So yeah, we do cool little things like that here on the Mr. Mean Speaks. If there's a game you want to see reviewed or talked about, hop on Discord. There's a link down in the doobly-doo, and let me know. I'm pretty active in our community, and we have a really great community. At any given time, we have about, on average, 40 to 50 members online at any given time. I think we're over like 130, 140 members that are on the Discord. So yeah, we have a pretty decent community. It's not huge, but they're all really great gamers and GMs, and you can host games. I have a publisher section, so if you're into that, if you're a publisher, if you got stuff on Drive-Thru RPG, or you're actually your own game company, hit me up. I'd love to review your products, and you get advertising ability on my Discord, which, doesn't reach a whole lot of people, but I have over 1,000 subscribers. I think 1,030 right now. I haven't checked lately. So yeah, you're reaching a few people, and the cult review went over really well. So it obviously helps, and hopefully they sold some copies because people saw the review and said, oh, this is cool, or maybe they didn't buy it and they didn't feel like they wasted their money because they didn't buy it. That's the point of a review, right? You're watching it to get information to see if this is something you would like. So hopefully I do that for you, and if there's any things I can do better, or anything you want to see reviewed, or topics you want covered that are related to the RPG community, please let me know. I love to talk with the community and help support the channel. And like I said, all my Patreons just got stickers in the mail, and even some non-Patreon members, because I had a couple extra stickers left over. So I sent out an email to everybody on Discord and said, hey, if you want a Mr. Mean sticker, shoot me your address. And a couple people did, even though they're not Patreon, but Patreon members got them first. So I hope, Mumfrey, that answers your question. And if you have any other questions, let me know. It's an awesome book, and I'm really happy I have it, and I'm hoping to use it this Friday night, tomorrow night, in my Pathfinder game, because I'm hoping we'll hit level 2 and I can start pulling feats out of here. So anyway, that's it for Mr. Mean. As always, like and subscribe. Peace and hair grease. And as always, Mr. Mean says be nice.